Now, welcome to episode 28 of Indie or Outie, where I take a look at an indie game on Nintendo Switch and decide if it gets to say Indie Switch or get booted Outie. And today I'm looking at Tap Skaters, which is 218 megs. And I'm hoping this is going to be playable not with a touchscreen. Because, yeah, I don't actually have the touchscreen, I have a saver controller. Press to jump. Oh. I like that wah wah wah. Whoa. Okay, so if you press A to start the stage, the character can just immediately drop down one. Yeah, like if you're pressing A to skip this screen and move forward faster, you just immediately drop down one screen. I mean, it's a fairly basic premise. I'm just gonna see if there's like any enemies or boss type stages. Whoa, whoa. You just have to decide basically really quickly if you're going to be wanting to go left or right. And also if the game change... Oh, I'm dead because, yeah, there's no possible way to get it back out of the corner. Though there is also just beginner steps. This isn't procedurally generated as well, or at least these modes aren't. Like these are the same drops each time I do this. I'm gonna guess this is a port from a mobile game, and I would imagine this might be slightly easier if you were playing it with the actual touchscreen to be able to, as it says, to touch. But yeah, it's not exactly the most responsive in terms of how fast the character actually moves down. I suppose like little reflex kind of games like this, but the character's movement is a little bit too fast for the type of game that this is. So I think you would probably find yourself just having to learn off certain stages. Ooh. Yeah, you'd probably find yourself having to learn off certain stages and traps. Right, there is a boss. Beat him 30 steps down. Oh. And again, if all the ramps are going one direction, you're just completely in trouble if you drop onto them too early. And again, that's what I mean is, like, it's not a reflex game in that case. It is just a case of you are learning the actual stage layout. And I don't exactly think this is the type of game people are going to possibly commit to memory that amount of, like... Yeah, but I don't know, would people really commit this amount to memory, like I say? I can buy stuff here, which makes you happy. And you can buy characters, which makes you have extra happiness. I mean, it seems quite simple. It's not in any way offensive. Like, I mean, it does a very basic job, and that's all it's kind of setting out to do. But I mean, there isn't a whole pile to this game. It is just a case of you press A to drop down. And I know, like, sometimes it's kind of oh. Okay, so for that, you're able to actually control the stage when you have an extra jump. Wait, you can't control this. No, like, normally there's absolutely no control. So the game is like lightning fast reflexes, but also it's going to give you a new control in the middle of a stage. Oh, and just dead because yeah. I'm thinking 200 megs and it's functional, but at the same time, I'm trying to think. Would I play this again ever if I close this game? Would I play this again? And I don't think I would, because of the fact that the stages are now like 40 jumps long, and it's only on the 5th or 6th stage. Okay. And yeah, you can just control them. And I have a feeling that the memory asks of the player. So now I when I get down to there, I know I need to mash that button faster. If I just go back, endless. Yeah, in this version. I wonder if that's like procedurally generated. Or as much as you can. So I'm guessing this can't be like predetermined and stuff. If this is the case, I would probably nearly have more fun with a game mode like that because into a bin. Right, one more try to see if I can beat my high score, which I didn't actually think about long enough to see. But yeah, I'm gonna pull the plug on this one then because yeah, like I said, I don't think that I would like. There are other types of game like this which do it better. I say this isn't compelling, but then I'm thinking I'm gonna have one more go. So it does have a small bit of one more go factor where you're just like wanting to get the slightly higher score. Obviously this is probably just gonna be local leaderboards. I'm thinking actually, is this procedurally generated? Because it seems to be the same layout, I think. I can't be certain, but no, I don't think it is the same. It's similar because, I mean, how much variety can you have with this? But that's one of the game's main kind of issues, really, then, isn't it? It's like, how much fun can you have? Oh, I'm going too fast, so I'm just gonna hit into the back of those. Alrighto. Yeah, that's about it for me. This is, yeah, it's been Tap Skaters. It's not the worst looking game, but it's definitely one where I probably would not come back to play this again. But that's down to the player and see what you think yourselves. But for me, this one's an outie, just about. But mostly just because of that file size. It's like, if this was slightly smaller, I might consider leaving it on the Switch. But realistically, I've other kind of reflex games like this that are similar. And if I was going to play a small indie reflex game, I would pick one of those over this. So that's that for this Indie or Outie. There's a subscribe button up here. There's our indie review playlist here and a random video there that YouTube thinks you might like. It's probably something to do with Asphalt though, because those do quite well. If you click on any of those buttons, guys, I really appreciate it. Okay, thanks very much, and we'll chat to you next week.